are. So it is Critical Basilico with a 207.745. Johnny B is going to come in sitting second place with a 208 flat, basically. We have Fluka right there just behind in third place, Darmel in fourth. Excuse me. We have Cletus here in fifth place. We've got Regal in sixth. We've got Tango 2 in seventh. We've got Griffin 283 in eighth. We've got Make It Rain in ninth. We've got JDR in 10th. We've got Arcano Marcio in 11th. Nacho Gearbox in 12th. GLR Seal in 13th position. Ripe Jazz in 14th. Scary Guy for You in 15th. And Ram 317 here in 16th position. We are waiting. We're waiting, and we're green, and we are racing, and here we go. All right, looking for a clean race start here as 16 GT3 cars barrel down into the first sector here at COTA. A tight little left-hand hairpin corner leading into a flowing section. We're going to see some cars running off as we're seeing off in the background, but so far, so good. Three wide as we're coming down into the first little straightaway here, and they sort themselves out quickly. A little bit of tire rubbing happening there, no harm, no foul, and everybody very quickly sorting themselves out here on lap one. We love to see it. So far, so good. Clean start from these drivers here today. Fantastic stuff. Track is hot. It's very hot outside. The drivers are going to be under some very tough racing conditions. The Mercedes looking inside there and looking like he was getting the job done. So Ferrari being very patient behind Tango 2, I believe that is in front of them currently here right now. So let's bring that UC back up. So Griffin 283 up into P7 here to start this race. A great two-way battle. It looks like they're for some position up in the front of the pack if we can find it. There we go. On board with Johnny B banging right now, our race leaders. So he has taken that away from Critical Basilico, and these two had a pretty healthy battle last week as well. And MX Bloxham coming in with the big win at the end of the week, but not here this week. So opportunity for the drivers to chase our current championship point standings leader. All right, let's see. Let's keep rocking. What do we got? Oh, we got a car off the track just in front here. Looks like we got two cars off the track. Looks like Tango 2 is one of those cars involved off the track. We got Griffin still rolling here in sixth place. Make It Rain is going to benefit there. He's going to grab a couple of positions. He's going to move up into P9 here. Oh, and Ferrari down and out, stage right. Great job to gather up. He's going to try and get on the track as safely as possible. Always thinking about those oncoming cars. Great job there by Griffin 283 to get back on the track, not cause another incident, and get back into this race. So we've got Arcano Marcio here up into 8th place with that Porsche, and he has Griffin 283 with that Ferrari all over the back end of him here. So a great little battle happening here. Let's stick with these two for a minute as they battle it out here for 7th and 8th place. Oh, and we got a Ferrari off the racetrack right there, taking out a couple number boards as well. So that's the Ferrari of Darmel as they come around the racetrack there, and maybe a little bit of glitching happening in the lobby here right now is what I'm seeing. A little bit of lag spiking happening, but some spicy racing as we're going to go three wide into the first corner here. Darmel's going to look to get the position. A little bit of contact between Marcio and Griffin there. And Darmel's just going to get the power down and just keep it out ahead here. So the Porsche driver side by side now with the Ferrari driver, and we're still locked into a great battle here. But it looks like Marcio is going to grab that position and just hold off that Ferrari driver, but losing one position there to Darmel up in front. So Darmel grabbing two spots there in that three-way tussle going into corner one. And just a tiny little bit of contact between the Porsche and the yellow and red Ferrari there, but it doesn't look like it did too much damage to those race cars. But now allowing Ram to get caught back up into the back of this pack, and this is a great healthy fight here very early on in the race. We are only on lap 2, so all right, so Fluka in the other pink and blue Ferrari, purple and blue Ferrari, I suppose. Cruising here right now, sitting in third place. Teammate there in seventh place. Ooh, a good little battle between Make It Rain and Griffin 283 here. Ooh, a little bit of contact there on the corner exit there. And are both cars okay? Absolutely. So a little bit of door handle rubbing here and a little bit of paint swapping going on here between Ferrari and this McLaren right now, but Make It Rain doing a great job here at holding down the position here so far. I thought Griffin was going to get it from him there, but with a little bit of contact, he backed out, gave the position back. So great sportsmanship here showing on the track tonight so far as well by these drivers, and he's just going to fight him back. He's going to set back up in behind him, and he's going to re-attempt to set up that move, and he obviously wants to do it cleanly. So, we got some good racing here. This pack, this mid-pack is going to be where all the action is today. You can tell just by how this race has started already. Very, very closely paced drivers here. It seems to be these mid-ship engine cars here around COTA today that seem to be really having some exceptional racing happening. We do have that Ram 317 in that BMW though. We're really starting to put some pressure on these mid-engine cars here though right now. Here we go, we got to cut back. Oh, we're seeing an attempted cut back there and a little bit of jostled exit from both those drivers, allowing Darmel and Ram 317 to kind of close the door in on these guys a little bit, so as they continue to jostle and battle for position here. The other two drivers, oh, and a mistake made by Make It Rain right there. He's going to take the off run right there. And race control, of course, will give him a track limit warning for sure for that one. But instead of taking out the pack, just taking the runoff there, and well, that'll close out the battle for the time being. But I believe you only get 3 strikes. Oh, and there it is. Make It Rain's going to get a drive-through penalty for track limits, and he will have 3 laps to serve that. So just as we're talking about a race control dropping the hammer. We got Critical here in second position still, and Johnny B now 4.6 seconds up the road in the lead of this race. So got the lead very early on and hasn't looked back since. Darmel, he's been up and down in this field through the top 1 to 8 positions here so far in the very early doings of this race. We're not even quite 20 minutes in yet, and he has gained and lost more positions than any other driver in the field here so far currently, I believe, in the race. Right now putting some pressure on Griffin 283, so we're going to stick with this. We're going to see if he can get the job done. Oh, and a little bit of contact there between the two drivers, and that's going to send Darmel into the marbles a little bit. And definitely some elbows out racing happening here tonight from our group of drivers here. There is definitely some paint being exchanged on some of these cars there. And here we go, a little bit of a light flash coming from Griffin 283 and behind. Maybe a hey, I'm sorry mate, but that now opens up a position for Ram 317 to try and get inside there. And he just couldn't get the run to hang it on the outside there. Maybe he just backed off and he's going to wait to try and set it up in a better spot. But Ram 317 now putting some pressure on Griffin 283 there as well in 8th place. So 6th place Darmel here trying to make his way back up through the field, and definitely getting some pressure from Griffin here. We got Make It Rain coming in to serve that drive-through penalty here as the drivers come around the final corner. Ooh, and a mistake made there by Darmel. You see him get over those sausage curves, and that's going to be enough to get that Ferrari up at the inside of the purple and blue Ferrari. So it's side-by-side action here from the two Ferraris. Oh, and what a move from Darmel as he goes outside in. Can he hold the corner? No, he's not going to be able to hold the brakes, and Griffin 283 is going to get the position back. That was a big move there by Darmel, but he just missed that braking point, and just going to have to sit there and watch that whole field now drive away and around the corner before he can get back on track. So all the way down to 12th place there, and that was an unfortunate situation there for Darmel. So, ooh, big hit here from Tango 2. Oh, look at that BMW. The front end is just crumpled there. The suspension is rocking. That was a big hit here from the BMW driver here, and we'll have to see if that team can get this car back on track, or if that is going to be day over here for Team BMW and Tango 2. Our number 26 driver having a tough day on the racetrack here today. So it is Ram 317 here, and he's now up into 5th place. And Ram 317 started all the way in the back of the pack. He didn't run any qualifying laps here this weekend. He came out and he started right at the back of the pack, and he's finding himself up in 5th place. He has found his way around Griffin 283 here now, and looking to start to try and charge up to Fluka. Now Fluka is 10 seconds up the road from our 5th and 6th place drivers. So Griffin, and this guy has been working hard all race long. Out of all the drivers on the field here today, this yellow and red Ferrari has by far been the hardest battling car on the racetrack. No question of a doubt. 7th place Arcano Marcio now. Of course, he's still owing a pit stop, so when the pit stop sequences all filter out, it's really going to kind of determine where everybody's sitting, and then how this race is really going to break down for the remaining X amount of minutes until everybody clears their pit stops. What do we got? Ripe Jazz up at the 6th place here, so gaining another position. And, you know, we talk about consistency. We talk about not making those mistakes, not picking up those penalties. This is one of those drivers that's doing much of the same thing here today. He's been very consistent. He's just stuck to his race plan, and he's kept it right and tight as far as race control goes, and so far being rewarded in 6th place. It's going to be interesting to see, when is Ram going to make the call here? When is he finally going to go into pit lane and make that pit stop and clear that mandatory pit stop here? Because well, the pressure's on. Johnny B's right there, and he is closing in on the back bumper of the number 8 BMW here. So Johnny B looking to get the job done there. He has had an opportunity there maybe to take it up the inside, but he's just going to settle in behind Ram 317 now. Obviously, Johnny B may be aware that Ram still owes a pit stop here at this point, and he's just being patient and waiting for it to happen. Doesn't want to make a mistake, or doesn't want to have an accidental incident, maybe battling into a corner. But Ram 317 definitely playing the defensive position here, as he's really trying to park that car on the apex right now, and that's could potentially be costing him even more time to Johnny B as well. So let's stick on with this here. This is a battle for the lead. And I think Tango's going to come into pit lane here now. He realizes he's got to make this stop now. So there we go. Tango 2 making a pit stop. Going to get the race lead back to Johnny B. That's going to put Critico and Cletus in the 2nd and 3rd place. And it is Fluka here in 5th place to his teammates. So Fluka has a ways to go here for the next positional car. It's several seconds here. So Fluka right now is in no man's land. He just needs to just keep putting in his laps, not make those mistakes, and then see what happens as he progresses through the remainder. Ooh, we just got a scary guy for you having a moment there in front of Rigo, and this is 4th position as well. So Rigo and scary guy for you for 12th and 13th place. This is a positional battle. So let's stick with this for a minute here, as scary guy for you having a scary moment there, coming off the exit there, getting a little bit loose, but he gathers that car up and still manages to somehow hold the position from the Mercedes driver in behind chasing as well. So Mercedes gets a good run through the exit there, and you can see just a little tap on the back end of that car there. Obviously an unintentional tap, but got a great run, as I stated, out of the exit there. And there he goes. He gets another great run, but he's got to settle back in so he can make sure he makes this corner. So definitely trying to maximize his exits here. And is he up the inside? Oh, side by side. A little bit of a tire rub there between the two drivers, but great respect given between each other there. And so far the Audi is winning this battle against the Mercedes, but what a great battle it really is here, as these two drivers are coming around. Ram 317 in 4th place, just in behind them, and it's about 30 seconds to the 3rd place driver Cletus. So that is where Ram 317 settled out after that pit stop here. And you can see a little bit of late communication happening here between the two drivers, just letting them know that he's going. Oh, and another little tap there from Rigo to Scary Guy. Yeah, this is a great battle between these two drivers here. Rigo's just getting some great runs on that Audi, and he just can't quite get that car position just in the sweet spot there to get the job done. So he's had to back off a couple times and reset the move up, but he's got lots of time here. He's still got 19 minutes. He's right there. He's in the fight. He doesn't want to make the big mistake that takes him off the backside of this battle. So he's been doing a great job of managing it here so far, and you can see he's really trying to maximize. They're really trying to find a way around this driver here. And this is a great battle right now between these two guys. Again, going to be looking for the exit here on that Audi is that Mercedes, and he's going to try and use that power underneath the hood of that AMG to try and get the run done here. So let's see if he can get it done this time. And he goes up the inside. No mistake this time. Make sure he gives himself plenty of room, and he cannot get the power down enough to get out in front of that Audi. So scary guy doing a great job holding off Rigo here for the time being for 12th place. But this is a absolutely great battle here in the back part of the pack between these two drivers, and a mistake made by the Audi there. And, ooh, maybe a little mistake made by Mercedes, but it looks like he's still got the better run there. So side by side as we're coming through the corner here, and it's going to be Mercedes. Oh, he gets nipped. He just gets touched a little bit right there. He gets spun around. He just taps the wall there, and that is going to cost him here. He's got 18 minutes left. Let's see what happens. Whew, tense moments here. Great battle that happened, and he just went to go move in front of that car that he just finished passing, and he didn't quite have him cleared there, and a little bit of contact as he came across the front end of that car. That was unfortunate there for Rigo, and that was a great battle though. JDR here up in 6th place, so Interesting things happening here. That puts Fluka up into 4th place now. Wow. Wow. Interesting series of events happening right there. Could be a disconnect potentially. It's hard to say what happened. He could have wrecked. He could have, much like round 1, late in the race, had an incident and then wrecked that race car and had to put it behind the wall. But losing our 2nd place driver, Castillo Basilico, and that is really unfortunate. He was having a fantastic race here for himself again tonight. And JDR starting to put the pressure on Marcio, and he gets a great exit right there, and he is right on the backside of that Porsche, and Marcio has to slam on that loud pedal to get away from that Lamborghini here, as he didn't quite get that corner right. So JDR starting to apply some pressure here to the Porsche up in front. So let's see who's going to get the job done here between these two drivers. They have been very close together for the majority of the race, nose to tail or within proximity of nose to tail of each other. And I think that's all about to start kicking off between these two, as the Lamborghini driver just seems to have the better car currently right now. And we're going to see some defensive driving coming from Marcio there. Try to break the slipstream a little bit there, but it opens up the inside position coming into the corner, but he goes in late on the brakes. Can he hold the corner against the Lamborghini, as the Lamborghini gets a nice tight exit out of there, and he does just manage to stay ahead of that Lamborghini driver for the time being. But boy, what a great battle we have here with 13 minutes remaining in this 70-minute endurance race here this evening. And these two have been battling pretty good all day long, back and forth at bits and pieces throughout the race here. So battle on between the Lamborghini and the Porsche drivers here, and definitely some great watching happening right now. So Arcano, Marcio, and JDR, this great battle between the Lamborghini and the Porsche cars here today, and this may very well be a battle right to the bitter end. Both of these drivers seem to be exactly on point here right now, and then you got Make It Rain and Ripe Jazz in behind, battling for 7th and 8th place as well. So a couple of healthy battles happening around the racetrack here. And let's see if the Lamborghini gets a better run this time, as the Porsche went a little bit wider than usual coming into that corner. Oh, we got a move coming in behind from Ripe Jazz on Make It Rain. Looks like Ripe Jazz gets the job done. He's going to move himself up into 7th place. So Ripe Jazz taking advantage there and getting a position into turn 1 there ahead of Make It Rain as well. So some great battling here in the mid-pack between 5th to 6th and 7th and 8th place drivers. Oh, there we go. Ripe Jazz and Make It Rain here. The two drivers just battling in behind the two we were just watching there. Ripe Jazz got a great move done into turn 1 there to get ahead of the McLaren drivers. So now let's see if he has the pace to try and track down that Lamborghini and Porsche driver in front. They have 6 minutes to do it. It is going to be a tall order right now, as clearly the Lamborghini and Porsche driver have had just enough pace to stay exactly that distance. Oh, and JDR makes a mistake there, and he's going to drop 2 positions in behind Marcio there. I'm not sure what happened there, but boy, oh boy, the NSX and Make It Rain and McLaren have caught right back up to Marcio here. All right, we're going to stick on board. Ripe Jazz as he goes up the inside of Marcio here and side by side, but Marcio has the inside line into the next corner. Can the NSX hang it on the outside here? Can he get a cut back down? He gets back down on the power. He's going to have to settle in behind Marcio. That was a great attempted move right there by Ripe Jazz, but he couldn't get the job done. He's going to settle back in the Porsche and try it again and see if he can set it up again. Now JDR starting to try and put some pressure on Make It Rain here and try to get one of those positions back he caused, but again, the leader is sitting right there as these drivers are battling for positions, so he has a front row seat to what is happening essentially in behind him, in front of him. Oh, and a little bit wide there goes Marcio, and that is going to give the NSX a run here on some clean pavement, and we are side by side as we come across the start-finish line. Who has the position? It's going to be Marcio, just edging him out right now in the drag race, but it's going to give him the inside line for the first corner. Is that NSX driver? Can he get it done? Doesn't want to miss the breaking point here. Needs to keep it right and tight. Make It Rain gaining big here on that Porsche driver, and it is going to be Ripe Jazz now moving up into 5th place. What a cracking battle we have here in the mid-pack tonight. And it is JDR now closing up on Make It Rain, and we got Johnny B, our race leader, closing up on these drivers as well. Battle is absolutely fresh and alive and thriving, and Johnny B has just made his way around Ripe Jazz. So all 4 of these drivers are back in it, and then Marcio getting the job done, and Jazz losing 2 positions to Make It Rain takes advantage, and Marcio is going to jump back up into 5th place. Make It Rain's going to go up into 6th, Ripe Jazz down into 7th, and JDR now up beside him in 8th place trying to grab that 7th place position. So some great racing happening between these 4 drivers, and they are stealing the show here tonight, let me tell you what. All right, Ripe Jazz, JDR, and now who do we have in behind? We have GLR Seal now into the battle. This is now becoming a 5-way battle for position with 1 to go. Are we ready, chat? Whew, I don't know if I'm ready, but let's keep it rocking. Let's keep it rolling. Wow. Some great racing happening here. We're going to stick with Make It Rain here, and he is still trying to find his way around Marcio in that Porsche up in front in 6th place. Ripe Jazz in 8th, GDR in 7th, and Seal in 9th. 5-way positional battle at the end of a 70-minute endurance race here at COTA between these 5 cars. This is what it's all about. Let's go. And every one of these drivers handling themselves extremely well with the pressure, handling the close quarter fights and racing going on here, handling the leader coming through the pack while they're battling for position. Everything done right here at the end of the race between all these drivers, and boy, it's making for a great showdown. So here we go. We got 23 seconds remaining of the timer. It is going to be our final lap here, I believe. Let's see what race control has to say as Johnny B comes across the line. All right. We should be, if I'm not mistaken, our final lap. So the timer has officially ran out here. Now, whether or not these drivers are going to go one more lap after this, I'm not sure. We didn't see that white flag come from our flagman as our race leader came around there. So there may still be this one plus another lap to go here. But these drivers, they see the leader up there, they see that the timer has ran out, and they know they're in a fight for position. And we got another lap car involved into the mix here. So Marcio gets around, Make It Rain gets around, JDR has to check up a little bit. That's going to cost him some time on this battle, and Marcio gets it a little bit wrong there. Make It Rain is right on top of him here now as they enter the next corner. GLR Seal tucked in behind JDR there, and Ripe Jazz must have made a mistake as he's fallen in behind this battle. And there we go. Make It Rain is going to have the inside line there as Marcio goes super wide out of the corner. He comes back out in front, but race control is not going to like that, as that's going to be a track warning. 100% for Marcio up in front of Make It Rain, and that is not what you need this late in the race. All right, GLR Seal here in 8th place, so you know, putting his head down, and it paid off here for him. Ram 317 here in 3rd place, but I want to get back up into this battle right now between Make It Rain and Marcio, JDR, and Seal. It was a 5-way battle there for a while, and here we go. Make It Rain putting some pressure on. He's hung out on the outside there. Can he get a good exit out of this tight corner and get a run on the Porsche driver here? He cannot. So we are going to continue around the racetrack here, and oh boy, 3 drivers really tucked up nice and close together here within a second apart from each other. And is this going to be it? JDR taking a look on Make It Rain there. He's going to have to be on the outside though, and that is buying some time for Marcio here to hold up that position in 6th place. There we go. Leader has come across in the win here. This will be checkered flag, and it looks like Marcio is just going to hold on to a P5 finish here. Boy, a well-earned P5 finish for that driver. We got Make It Rain coming through there in 7th place. Looks like JDR is going to come through in behind, and yeah, that was some tight racing right there. We got GLR Seal not quite across the finish line there. I'm not sure what that's about. Maybe they crossed. The finish line could be a little further back, and I'm unaware. All right, so we still have Fluka coming around here. He has yet to take the checkered flag. We've got Tango 2 up in front of him. Our 3rd place driver, Ram 317 there as well. We're going to have, there we go, yet that is, the checkered flag is further back there, so I was correct on that. All right, so let's head to the garage. Let's go see what our results are. That was some pretty crazy racing right there, I gotta say, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go see our end result. It was Johnny B with the race win and fastest lap on the racetrack here today. Cletus coming in with a 2nd place finish. It's going to be Ram 317 here as he comes around to take the checkered flag here. He's still on track, so we'll stick with him here until he gets that flag waved. And he's just coming around the final corner here right now, so he'll take that checkered flag right there. All right, so third place finisher round 317. We got Fluka coming around to take that checkered flag here in fourth place as well. So great race here from Fluka in that Ferrari today as well in his return back to the season. I was going to put Marcio in fifth place, and boy, what a hard-fought earned fifth place for this driver. JDR is going to finish in sixth. Make It Rain is going to finish in seventh. GLR Seal is going to finish in eighth. Ripe Jazz will finish in ninth position. It's going to be Nacho Gearbox in the top 10. Rigo C24 in 11th place. It's going to be Scary Guy for you in 12th place. Tango 2 in 13th position. Critico Basilico in 14th. Griffin in 15th. And Darmel in 16th position. Retired early from the race were a couple of our drivers here.